Christine from Pack Hacker. In this video, we're taking a look at the Away Large Toiletry Bag, which I've been testing for 2 weeks. Let's dive in. So the Away Large Toiletry Bag, it has a 3.5 liter capacity, and it's made with water-resistant nylon, which it's pretty easy to brush things off. I'm not quite sure actually what, there we go. See, even these little white things that I'm not even sure what they are. It's pretty easy to brush dirt off. Obviously easy to wipe clean with a damp cloth if you spill makeup or something on it. And then also because it is water resistant, it's good because you're gonna have this sitting next to the sink, so that is helpful. The only branding is this Away like little rubbery tab on the front, and then also on the zippers. These are YKK zippers, but they have Away on the zipper pulls, and I do like that there are 2 zipper pulls, so you can just sort of peek in and grab one little thing, as opposed to I've had a couple of other toiletry bags where it's like it's this big horseshoe zipper and then you have to go all the way around no matter what to open it up. So I do enjoy having the 2 zipper pulls, and then we'll get to it later, but there's another YKK zipper back here. All the zippers function really well. I have no issues getting them around corners or anything. They never get stuck, which is very nice. There is a leather carry handle on this, and it like lays flat, as you can see when you're not using it, but then because it's like folded over here at the end with this little like tab, it like pulls out when you go to pick it up, so that you can definitely get a nice grip on it, get a whole hand in there, even if you had larger hands, which is really great. And then it basically just lays back down. Most of the time when I was using it, it just did it by itself, but of course, because you're looking, it's not going to do it by itself, but either way, it's just kind of nice to not have something sticking up, especially when you go to pack this in a bag. It's already on the larger size, you know, so it's, you know, for fitting it into a suitcase or a travel backpack, it's nice that you don't have something else sticking up as well. Other than that, there's no like hooks or anything else to speak of, so let's go inside. So if you are finding this video helpful, click like and subscribe so we can keep bringing you content to help you travel smarter. Now, there is one exterior compartment. It's this zipper that I pointed out behind the carry handle, and it opens. It's a rather shallow, like depth-wise pocket. You can see I can't quite get my whole hand in there. So I used it mostly for like tissues or wipes, because you want to only put like thin things in here and really just things that you might need along the way. I did stick chapstick in there at one point, but I had to take it out and put it in another bag. So anyways, it's good for that. It will press into the main compartment if you really overstuff it, but also then it bulges out. It's just easier if you only use flat gear in there. Then let's go into the main compartment, which, like I said, opens basically not clamshell, because we do have these side gussets here, which is great because if you had, I don't have gear outside of the pockets right now, but if you had extra gear, you don't have to worry about it like falling out the side, which is really helpful, especially when they're going to give you such a nice wide opening like that. I do appreciate the gussets because I've had ones before where it just like, you know, your lip balm can slide out, or your makeup palette or something like that. So it's very nice to have. We're going to start along the back panel here, where we have this elastic loop that says Away. It's really meant for like a toothbrush. I even tried squeezing a razor in there, and my razor handle was too fat, so I couldn't squeeze it in there. But I didn't love using it for my toothbrush because it did not have a cap, and then the bristles were just sort of hanging out there. So I ended up taking it out and putting it in this section instead. So I was able to squeeze this one, which is a little fatter, this travel toothbrush, in there. So if you work at it, you can squeeze something fatter in there, but also it just lays flat if you have nothing that you want to put in there, or if you want to put like mascara or something like that. It's good if you need it, and just hangs out there if you don't. Below that, we have 2 stretchy mesh pockets, which I use for soap and deodorant, and then This brush works well because it has a cover over the bristles, so it fits really well there. But if you had a regular bristle brush, I ended up putting that on this side because otherwise it kept on getting stuck in the mesh. So it depends on what you want to put in here, but it's better for like bigger, bulkier things, maybe not necessarily bottles, because it doesn't lock down into a water resistant anything, but it's good for bulkier things. Like I said, like bars of soap, stuff like that. Then we have this like divider pocket here, and this was actually where several times I just tossed a toothbrush and toothpaste in there, but it also works really well for like makeup and brushes, just things you want to lock down. Like I hate having my makeup brushes hanging out around everywhere because then I find like spots of powder everywhere. So it is nice to be able to lock that away in a zippered pocket. And then finally on the opposite side is where it's this like transparent but definitely water resistant pocket. This is where I put all my liquids because it was just nice, and it's very flexible between the front, between the front and the front of the bag and the front of the pocket. So you can fit a whole lot in here. You can see I've got a lot of bottles in here, and you can fit travel size ones. You can also fit full size ones if they're skinnier and you lay them down. Like a couple of bottles I was able to put like sunscreen in there and stuff for a trip we took camping, where obviously we were camping, so we were not flying, so I didn't have to worry about the size. So if you have things like that, it's just nice to be able to lock your liquids down. Obviously, if you're going through like TSA or whatever, you would want a quart-sized bag to pull it out, but otherwise, it holds basically everything you need. So there you have it, the Away large toiletry bag. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next one.